Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, this is episode 169. I'm sure you've heard the news today. The news today. The Edmonton Oilers, no surprise to anybody, has fired Jay Woodcroft. They have also relieved Dave Manson of his duties as well. Now, if you watch the press conference, you're probably scratching your head like, did they talk to the team? Did they not talk to the team? I'm going to answer a lot of questions, and I know I got to apologize right out the gate. Sorry, Sean. You know who you are. We've had a conversation. I apologize for the things I'm about to say. I'm wearing my adultish shirt, seeing as I'm going to be the only fucking adult in this room. Clearly, right now, I'm the only adult in this room, the only person in this room. But speaking on behalf of Oilers After Dark, what was said today and what went on today is embarrassing. For the first time in forever, I'm embarrassed of a sports team. I'm embarrassed to be a fan of a sports team. And no, it's not all because of the firing and how it happened and what happened and how it transpired. I'll get into that. I'm embarrassed because of this fan base. You think for one cotton picking mother second that Connor McDavid had any say whatsoever on who the new coach was going to be? On, oh, you have to fire Woody now so that I can bring in my junior coach? You think he's got that kind of pull? I want whatever smoke you're smoking, and I want whatever rocket ship you're leaving on. Because you high, my friends. You are high. And yeah, I'm going to call out some people in this video. And some people are going to get butthurt. I don't care. What we reported today was Bush League and amateur. I won't stand for it. I don't put my name to McDavid is now in charge of the Oilers. You want McDavid to walk? Go ahead. Go ahead, you gossip writers. And I know that didn't come from us strictly. Trust you, me, I know it didn't just come up from us. It came from reputable blog writers who write for the Oilers and the NHL. They said that it was McDavid's doing. They said that McDavid is the GM and partially has ownership stakes. I don't know what words were used exactly, but they were saying that McDavid has too much say in what goes on in the locker room and what goes on behind closed doors and who's hired and who's fired and what goes on. You guys are nothing more than tabloids that you see at newsstands to make money. And it sickens me and embarrasses me that you guys would even say such garbage. And the fact that a lot of people just eat it up, just eat it up, is ridiculous. The clowns that you guys have as followers that ate that shit up, you printed it, you posted it, you don't think Connor McDavid's going to see that shit and be like, well, fuck, they already want me out. You guys made him the fucking villain in this situation. No, he's not the villain. You want to know who the villain in this situation is? If you need a villain, if you need someone to hate Daryl Cates. Not Connor McDavid, not Holland, not Jackson. Don't hate anybody but Daryl Cates. This order came from the top of the mountain. You think Holland wanted to fire Woodcroft? No. And by the way, Woodcroft was fired on Tuesday. Tuesday. Not Saturday. Not Sunday. He was fired on Tuesday. He was fired before the Sharks game. And it was just solidified after the Oilers lost to the Sharks. He was done. He was told that game that this was going to be his last game if the Oilers lost. Yeah. Like I said, Sean, I apologize. I understand if I don't get anything else, but it needed to be said. I'm sick and people of saying they know things when they know nothing. McDavid is in control of the locker room. McDavid got Woodcroft fired. McDavid didn't like the way Woodcroft was handling things. McDavid, whiny McDavid. Keep writing that garbage. Keep saying that stupid shit. And find out how quickly McDavid leaves Edmonton as soon as his contract is up. You think a player of that caliber wants to play in a whiny fucking city like this with reporters that write that junk? And I don't even want to call you guys reporters because you're really not. You're just blog writers that, because the internet is so big, you have a following, and now you're able to go into the media scrums, and you're able to write your little articles, and you're able to get paid to do what you do. Now I'm calling a lot of you guys out, and you guys know exactly who you are. And you guys can come at me and write me, text me. Don't care. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this. Because yes, there was a firing. Woodcroft did get relieved of his duties officially today. It's kind of been in the works for a while now. You could see the writing on the wall for Woody. Obviously, we're not all dumb. This team was 3-9-1. Not good enough. Not good enough. So like I said, Woodcroft got fired. So did Dave Manson. Didn't see the Dave Manson thing coming. That was a curveball to me. But we digress. Thank you, Jay, for your services. Unfortunately, your coaching style just didn't fit this team. Dave Manson, I don't know what happened. You were an awesome defenseman. I don't have words for that right now. I will say this. I don't know if what happened was the change from the run and gun, the 2-3 system, or the 2-1-2, or whatever system they were running last year, if the change to the 1-3-1 was his downfall. Whoever thought of that idea, that person should be on the chopping block. But it was a player, and it wasn't a player named McDavid. I can give you a name. No, fuck it. I'm going to do it. Darnell Nurse. It was Nurse. Nurse said, hey, why don't we run the 1-3-1? Hey, dum-dum, you guys aren't good enough to run the 1-3-1. Proof is in the pudding. Look at the record. For all you guys say that I'm such pro-Oilers and I don't ever hate on the Oilers, I'm hating on the Oilers right now. This, by far, is an organizational hate. There's no excuse for what this organization did today. You made a mockery of a guy. Yeah, you beat Seattle. Coach knew he was fired. You made him coach knowing that he was fired. Why? Because the guy that was coaching was also coaching the AHL that night, and you couldn't contact him and let him know. It didn't just happen overnight, guys, that the guy coaching for the Hartford Wolfpack, who I will get into, very stand-up guy himself, so we're not replacing Woodcroft with a complete asshole, by the way. Yeah, it wasn't a coincidence that Kris Knoblauch got called up, not even 24 hours, and he was already in Edmonton. You can say that I flew in. You can say whatever you want to say. You were contacted several days ago and asked if you wanted to be the new head coach of the Edmonton Oilers. Who did it? Was it Jeff Jackson? Was it Cates that called you? Was it Holland that called you? Doesn't matter. Proof is in the pudding, guys. We lost to San Jose. What do you think was going to happen? Something had to happen. And it's like I say, coaches are hired to be fired. And it's easier to fire 1 or 2 coaches than it is to trade 4 or 5 contracts that you can't get off the books. 4 or 5 players that nobody wants without sweeteners. There isn't enough sweeteners in the world that the Oilers could trade for to get the guys off the books that they're trying to trade. It's just that simple, guys. Well, let's hope this move works out for the Oilers. Like I said, unfortunately, Woody is the casualty. Woody and Manson are the casualties of the day. We can go through Woody's career as a coach. Started off in 2015-16, Oilers NHL assistant. Obviously, they don't really count him as anything. 16-17 assistant, 17-18 assistant. Went down to Bakersfield for the 18-19 season. 68 games, 42 wins, 21 losses. lost in round 2. 19 and 20, didn't have a playoff. 56-21, 56 games, 21 wins, 27 losses. Not a very good year for him. In 2020, again, another shortened season. So 2020, 2021, AHL head coach, 39 games, 24 wins, 14 losses. Won the championship. That wasn't really a championship, but hey, we still count it as it. 2021, 2022, 34 games, 18 wins, 9 losses. Got called up to the NHL. Halfway through the year, we knew how Dave Tippett got fired. Again, bad mishandling by general manager. He becomes the Oilers head coach, goes on 38 games, 26 wins, 9 losses, lost in round 3 last season. 82 games, 50 wins, 23 losses, lost in round 2. So explain to me why we fired a head coach that had a winning record. Things are going on behind doors that we don't know about. We just see the day-to-day kerfuffle. But if you've been paying attention to Woody's press conferences lately, they've been getting more and more snarky. More and more, I'm not here anyway, so I'm going to say what I want to say because I'm mad at you bullshit reporters. How else do you explain why he went at certain people the way he went at the last couple press conferences? Doesn't take a rocket science, and trust me, guys, I'm far from a rocket scientist. Even I saw the signs that he was gone. Paul Coffey named the assistant coach. Good. He's going to be the defense coach. The guy's a champion, but he has no coaching experience in the NHL, AHL, CHL, anywhere. He has no NHL coaching experience. He has no coaching experience. Why is he in the locker room, Matt? He must be in the locker room to be Daryl Cates' eyes and ears. No, Daryl Cates already has eyes and ears in a locker room. He's got Dustin Schwartz. He's married into the Cates family, guys. But Matt, why doesn't the goalie coach ever get fired? This guy's been here. He ruined so many goalies. Family. You don't fire family. La Familia. You don't fire family. It doesn't happen. You let family walk away. You suggest to him maybe it's time you took a step back. How much moolah is it going to take to walk away? Maybe that's a conversation that Daryl Cates and him have to have in the offseason. How much money can I throw at you to not be part of the Oilers goalie coach? And they can go out and hire someone that actually knows how to do their job properly. Well, let's get into the nitty-gritty here. Let's get into Kris Knoblauch. Who is Kris Knoblauch? Where is he from? What does he do? Why is he now the Oilers head coach? Well, Kris Knoblauch was in 2006-2007 a Prince Albert Raider WHL assistant coach. He was assistant coach in 06-07 to the Kootenay Ice. Also assistant coach in 2009-2010, assistant coach. In 2010-2011, he was the head coach for the Kootenay Ice. 72 games, 46 wins, 21 losses. What is this? A WHL championship? A championship! Holy shnikes, he's got one. Woodcroft has one too, imagine that. 2012-2013, Kootenay Ice head coach, 72 games, 36 wins, 26 losses, lost in round 1. Won a championship, lost in round 1. It happens because teams build for 1 year and then they don't do good for 4. It's a CHL thing. You'd have to watch it to understand it. He moves on to Erie in 2012-2013. He's the head coach for 41 games. 12 wins, 25 losses, missed playoffs. He joined halfway through the season. It's fair to say he took over a bad situation. 2013-2014, he was head coach for 68 games. 52 wins, 14 losses, lost in round 3. Yes, these are the Connor McDavid years. 2014-2015, 68 games, 50 wins, 14 losses, lost in the finals. Okay, so we're doing good. We lost round 3, we moved up. 2015-2016, OHL head coach again for the Erie Otters. 68 games, 52 and 15, lost in round 3. 2016-2017, Connor McDavid's final year in the CHL. 68 games, 50 wins, 15 losses, exact same record, kind of sort of as last year. This time he won the championship. Not only did he win the championship, he won the Memorial Cup. He went on to become the assistant coach for the Philadelphia Flyers in 2017-2018. 2018-2019 as well for the assistant coach. Was transferred into the New York Ranger organization, a lot on the Rangers. This has been a week of talking about Rangers. Hartford Wolfpack, AHL head coach, 62 games, 31 wins, 20 losses, no playoffs. Obviously, that was the vid season. Also in the vid season, 2021, shortened 24 games, 14 wins, 9 losses out of the playoffs. In a full season, back to 21-22, he's the head coach of the Hartford Wolfpack, 72 games, 32 wins, 32 losses, missed the playoffs. 2022-2023, 72 games, 35 wins, 26 losses, lost in round 2. So he's missed the playoffs, got it to round 2. And then in 2023-24, he was the head coach. We don't have the record yet, obviously, because they've played like 5 or 6 games. And now he's the head coach of the Edmonton Oilers. What more do you want to know, folks? What more do you want to know? The fact that he was also part of the Golden Bears team that won a championship for the men's collegiate championship. I think they call it U Sports now. He won 2 or 3 of those for the Alberta Golden Bears. The guy met his wife in Edmonton. He's been around Edmonton before. He understands Edmonton climate. He understands the Edmonton fan base. He understands the Edmonton people. He understands this city. What more can this guy give? But, everybody only wants to talk about, he knows McDavid. He coached McDavid. It was McDavid that brought him in. It was McDavid. Could it be because he's a good coach and he kind of fits the philosophy that Jay Woodcroft had? Don't be a hard ass on the team. Be a soft old teddy bear. But maybe unlike Woodcroft, he's going to have his players held accountable. Instead of having a guy that makes 1,000,000,001 mistakes and just lets them go out and figure it out, you made a mistake. Benched. Sit on there. You made a mistake. Why are you going out the next shift? No, you're not. You're missing a shift or 2. Watch. You're going to be benched a game or 2. Sit in the press conference. I remember when NHL coaches didn't give a fuck who you were as a last name. You didn't play well, you rode the pine, or you were in the press box looking down, watching play at a slower level, at a slower pace, observing the whole ice. This is what you have been doing. Let's fix it. I went to many games at Rexall Place, Skyreach Center, Edmonton Coliseum, call it what you want to call it, where guys were benched and sitting high up at the skyscraper level, at the ring above the arena, looking down, watching the game. Benched, scratched, healthy scratched, and then a couple games later they come back and they were better. Maybe we need a coach that will bench players, healthy scratch players. Yes, I get it's hard when you got 21-man roster. Who cares? Maybe we should do better at cap management. That's a shot at the GM. It definitely fucking is. I don't care what the salary cap is. Better cap management. We shouldn't have 4th line players making more than $1 million, $2 million. We shouldn't have 3rd line players making $3 million. We shouldn't have 3rd and 4th defensemen, 5th and 6th defensemen making more than $2 million. Maybe your top 3 should be making that. Absolutely. Okay, top 3. Maybe top 4 if you're really lucky and your top 4 is actually top 4, making $3 to $5 million each. Better cap management. But yeah, guys, I'm embarrassed to be an Oilers fan tonight. I am shocked and appalled at the comments I've been reading. Who cares? We won 1 game. We beat Seattle. Let's build off it. Let's use that as a stepping stone for a streak. We're still 8 points out of a playoff spot. 8 points out with a game or 2 in hand. Granted, we haven't played as many as everyone else around us. But hey, let's win them. Let's start on Monday. Clean slate Monday. So we're not going to do Monday morning quarterback or whatever else they say for Mondays. We're going to call it a clean slate Monday. We have the Islanders tomorrow. Game is at 6:30. I'll be here live. I hope to see you guys all there. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Matt for Oilers After Dark. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hate doing these videos, guys. I hate doing these videos. Sorry, Jay. Sorry, Dave. You're the casualties of this bad team and a bad start. Welcome, Kris. Welcome, Paul. You've been here before. Let's help turn this team into a dynasty team like you were in the 80s. Before I go, I will say this. Knoblauch has signed an extension to his contract. Just when you thought you couldn't get a kick in the nuts anymore, this was just an interim thing. Sounds like he's going to be here for 2 more years after this one. He's here for the remainder of McDavid's contract. Take it for what it's worth, guys. He's here for the remainder of McDavid's contract. Does McDavid stay? Or does he go? Truthfully, right now as an Oilers fan, I hope he walks away. This fan base, this media market, and these gossip bloggers that call themselves hockey writers. You don't deserve McDavid in this city.